Sure.
Because we were alone. Just
We didn't do that though.
Okay.
You didn't hear that from me. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Win.
I'm Will.
And today we're gonna be talking about a very, what is it?
Hey, let's hype this up real quick.
Yeah, let's hype this up.
This is a Regal exclusive.
Give me a second.
Oh, no. Toy.
All right, continue.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. All right, yeah, let's hype this movie up. 6:45, directed by Craig Singer. It's a Regal exclusive. It's pretty well reviewed on IMDb. It's actually sitting at an 8 right now. Honestly, I think once it averages out, might be the highest rated movie of all time on IMDb.
3.5 stars.
It's got 7 critics reviews, and they're all pretty freaking banging. So it's about like this couple and like shit. Just this guy kills them every day. It's Groundhog Day, essentially.
The concept is Groundhog Day, except it's between a couple, and the only thing is that it's only one guy that realizes it, just like Groundhog Day.
Yep.
And it's a lot less fun than Groundhog Day.
Yes,
It's more
but-
serious.
Oh man,
It's a drama.
Was it serious?
I think this movie took itself way too seriously.
I laughed harder than I did in Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
Yeah. But I think that was unintentional.
Oh, absolutely. So I looking at the other guys. Craig Singer, the director, and Robert Dean Klein, they seem to have worked together on a couple other movies. I'm not going to waste my time and look at them because they're just as trashy as this one. It's like a straight to TV sci-fi network, sci-fi channel like movie.
It's like a straight to Netflix.
Dude,
Back in the day.
Netflix has a little bit higher standards. than
Now
this.
they do, but
No,
before that,
no,
they
even-
would just like buy properties. I mean, nowadays.
Yeah,
they
okay,
also buy
I see that.
properties.
I
Yeah.
could see that. Like they would just buy them and
Yeah, just have the content in there.
yeah. So this was starring. Oh God, what was the guy's name? Because I'm actually.
Something Samuel something Thomas something Needle. I don't freaking know anymore.
Michael Reed.
Michael Reed
was Bobby Patterson and Augie Duke was Jules Rabel. So this movie starts off.
She got a last name.
Yeah.
She just got.
Hey, they really went into these characters' motivations.
Not really.
Like Gene Pratt, Detective Landon, Detective Presley.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah. Oh, who played the shadow figure? Let's see. Joshua Matthew Smith. He's done 2 movies.
I feel like they would have gone Doug Jones, Bye Bye Man,
Yeah.
Shape Out of Water guy, but they couldn't afford him. So
I don't know what they were going with this.
What this dude-
But this movie, here's a drinking game for you. Every time somebody gets their throat slit, like on screen, every time somebody has sex,
or show their tits.
what else?
Every time that guy panic. No, that's the whole movie. Every time that guy drinks,
Yeah.
take a shot, or every time you hear Brooklyn or whatever her name was say the line, "I hope she dumps you."
I hope she
Or I hope
dumps
he
your
dumps.
ass.
Yeah. That one.
So, but yeah, that's the premise. We already talked about it. There's not much more to it. It's not like it's a complex movie.
No.
I just find it astounding that Regal allowed them to play this at their theater.
I mean, I bet they have a stake in this movie or something.
They must
They
because
buy it.
it's got right now. I think it has 5 showings playing at Regal a day. While I think I'll just pull up the app.
Regal, whoever does a schedule for Regal is hilarious. They literally put this movie slate into 6:45.
Which I
for our
respect.
showing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went and saw it at 6:45 and it's called 6:45. It's hilarious. So this has more showings than I think Space Jam right now.
Good. People need to see this more.
Yeah, it's got more than a lot of it's on par with about everything else that's showing except Jungle Cruise and Suicide Squad. So it's got like 4 to 5. Which is absurd because Regal's losing an astounding amount of money. I mean,
With this movie, yeah.
well, yeah, and I'm just so confused.
I don't know. I'm so
This movie's more an enigma, and I need to have answers. So, if you are watching this review and you know about 6:45, maybe you were in 6:45.
Mr. Director, we'd
Give
like to
a
talk to you.
yeah, dude.
That'd be so good.
I bet we could get a hold of this guy. No joke. Like, look at it.
This,
Look at his IMDb picture. It's a blurry, like zoomed in picture.
the entire time while watching this movie, this only reminded me of Mandela Effect, where the movie was way too ambitious for what
Yes.
they could do. And honestly, I feel like this was supposed to be a pitch thing, but instead it just went into a full-length movie.
Nah,
instead of
what
actually just trying
What it was is he was writing the
impress someone.
script probably back in like 2015, and then the next year or whenever Happy Death Day came out, he's like, "Damn, now I can't do it."
Yeah, I
And then
guess.
6 years later, he's like, "Fine."
This probably had like 10 rewrites or something.
He has. It looks like all his movies he's been directing since 1995 are like all this same type of thriller, cheap horror genre, which I respect. That's one thing I will say about this movie. Talking about pros, it looks wise, like not cinematography. It had they had a nice camera.
It looked like it had production.
Yes.
What do you call that? Production quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like and
Which is
but
impressive. It's not all the time that you get to see movies like that.
but like the color
love it.
grading, the sound mixing, all that just
Noticed immediately. It was so awful.
And yeah, I mean, we went into this with some no good expectations, probably mostly bad. But
This trailer looked good.
did it though?
I mean,
Okay,
somewhat. It
so-
intrigued me a little bit.
it intrigued me, and the thing, you know, why it intrigued me? Because it looked bad.
I guess, yeah.
They played it specifically since it played at Regal. They had it playing before movies, like before even the preview started. This trailer, because I guess they were trying to hype it up, but it was a smaller format, and the audio on it was terrible. And I was expecting to.
see that.
So I was expecting to go into this movie and the audio just be like the trailer was,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh God, no!" But
Nobody really made a.
I
correct
commend, like, it's a guy who probably loves making movies, probably loves making movies like this, and
trailer.
it's there. So
I feel like this director is just stuck in this genre. Like he just wants to keep making this genre instead of trying to get out of his comfort zone.
that's
But
understandable.
then again, I don't know anything about this director. I have no idea what he's written. don't know
I'm
what he's
gonna
worked
try
on.
and look him up on Wikipedia and see if there's like anything. But
Speaking of director, though, this the blocking in this movie was kind of atrocious.
oh yeah,
In the way I don't want to say he's awful, but it definitely felt like every time that he has anyone talking, which is I guess all the time.
wow.
Every time he has someone talking, it felt like they had a time constraint, so they really had to rush what they were saying. It's not like you needed a break or anything, but it just felt like it was rushed.
So there's a Craig Singer that's a dermatologist, and he pops up higher. Than, yeah, no, there's like nothing on him.
Maybe that's why. How are you getting production? Maybe this is just money laundering.
No, I'm just confused. It's how I just need to know more. So please, if somebody's watching this that knows more about this movie, please tell me. It's just such an enigma to me. Like there's trailers that play before movies at Regal that are like the Fathom events or just an event type movie. But this is playing. They have 4 to 5 showtimes a day playing of this god awful movie that only has 10 reviews on IMDb. Like I can't even go and like they won't. Oh wait, yeah, no, there's not. Yeah, so
And everyone who
so
likes this movie is
half of
probably
them
friends.
are 10, so they like know the guy probably.
Yep.
There's a 9, 8, and a 7. So the 9 and 8, the 9 I'm gonna say also knows them. The 8 is some pretentious loser. 7 probably also a pretentious loser. The 3 and the 2 though, they probably actually watched the movie.
Yeah, probably like us.
Hey, it's like Spirit. We watched this movie so you didn't have to.
Exactly.
Oh, I mean, honestly, absolutely. That's what these people knew the people because it says their ages. It's like 45 plus. It's totally the dude's friend.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like the dude looks like he's probably in his early 50s. Just look at that guy. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, this movie, it had production quality, but it lacked in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like
think
script. That honestly, if I'm gonna talk super critically about it, it's just god awful. The script
yeah.
is astoundingly bad. Like the writer, I'm surprised you have a job. He's probably your friend, like because it seems like y'all work together a lot. But good God,
No, the director was just like I feel like there was conflict between the director and the cinematographer, because
yeah, I could
I'm
see
going
that.
to assume that the cinematographer wanted something kind of static, and not something so dynamic
Mm-hmm.
where he's doing those 360 rotations. Because I feel like the director was in that bar. There's a scene in the bar where it was both the main actors or the main characters arguing, and
Mm-hmm.
he would just keep doing that Michael Bay shit where it's
Yeah.
just so unnecessary for that scene. But the cinematographer was probably like, I don't think we should do that. I think we should maybe just have like a close up or something, just not that because it would take away from the scene. Because the entire time, all I could focus was when just the movement. It was
Yeah.
just so unnecessary.
I'm just like looking at the cast and crew, like the editor. He's actually edited some good stuff, and I'm like, man, come on, man. Why?
There is no way this dude edited some good stuff. I'm sorry.
He was the assistant editor, to be fair, on the stuff he did. Like that was good.
Oh my god, the editing in this movie is also awful.
They were like, oh, here's your.
Here's a bucket list of all the things that was bad. Right, the cinematography, the direction, the blocking. I guess that's part of the direction. The sound design. Did I say that? No.
I
Yeah,
mentioned,
you
yeah.
mentioned that. The sound design, the ADR in most of these, and then probably the lighting was very noticeable
Yes, inconsistent
in
for sure.
room in that little room that they were in, and even in the dining room.
It would just change. They'd change, like they'd cut to somewhere else and then cut back to where they were looking, and it'd just be awful.
Yeah, the camera work. I want to point this out more because it was definitely something that bothered me a lot. Uh, a lot of the background was really blown out. I feel like they should have done a background replacement. It's not that hard either. It's just you just do two takes. You just plant the camera, and you just point it at the actors, and then you do some high dynamic range shit. You don't just
Mm-hmm.
overblown it and just expose for the shadow. You do something. I don't know. It just they tried to recover the background. I don't think it worked very well. The highlights were really high. It was just overblown. It doesn't happen once. It happens every single
Oh wow.
scene that shows the outside when they're inside. Um, at least they try to do some set design.
Yeah, like the setting and the like where what they're trying to portray, they did well. I mean, I was like, okay, we're on this island, it's secluded. I like it, cool. But the technicalities of the movie, I guess, were like a 0 out of 10. It's just awful. The idea is cool and it's there and it's also been done 1,000 times, so it's washed. Like just technically god awful movie. Uh, but I was looking at some of the people because I'm trying to go through like all the departments. The makeup is good. This is just a horror movie. Like the throats getting slashed and stuff. I mean, I believed it. Looks pretty real. Good enough for me. And I'm pretty sure the art department was probably related to the director because they have the same last name. And could be a coincidence. Probably not.
Oh, that also reminds me. Get a better gimbal operator. I swear to God. Stop or do multiple takes.
So would that be like what the key grip or the
The
gaff?
camera operator,
Still photographer?
assistant DP.
I'm looking. No, I'm just so we
Oh.
can call him out. Hey, look,
Dropping names.
location manager John Earp. Good job.
Good job.
Good
I
job.
knew this was shot in like Jersey or something like that. Something like that. It wouldn't be key grip. Key grip. Oh yeah, the key grip did an awful job. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself but just wonder how many takes they shot, and they really chose one, probably the shittier ones. And I think that's the editor's fault because there were so many times where it was so inconsistent with the story. For example, like whenever he wakes up at 6:45,
Mm-hmm.
There were shots that the lighting was really off. And
Yeah,
then,
honestly, every time he woke up, and it was at 6:45, and it's supposed to be the same day, didn't have the same lighting every time.
no, it was the same. Yeah, it was.
And sure, maybe you could make the excuse that was to set different types of mood to make, but no. Also,
no,
just
I think
no.
they could make the excuse that they didn't have the what do you call that, the budget for multiple days.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, I you
But
know,
like I said in the theater, though, I think this movie, they're in a town where there's nobody there. I'm like, they just took advantage of the pandemic and wanted to get some shots in a town where there wasn't anybody around. Because even like when they'd go to stores, there was no one in there. So I'm like, that's totally what they did.
oh yeah, if we had to walk throughout the movie, one thing that I think one thing that we both noticed was god awful was probably the music choice.
Yes.
Because when they got into there's a store that they went into, and she was looking around and she was looking at sunglasses and stuff like that. The music in it did not match the store. It sounded like not a millennial, a Gen Z was listening to a TikTok and listened to the
It was
music.
really bad indie rock and pop.
I guess,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just
That's what we put it.
like I like a lot of indie type music, but good God.
It did not fit the movie.
At all.
It looked like a classic, not a classic. It looked like a kind of mid 80s store, but the music was like 2015, 2016. And there's nothing usually wrong with that. It's just it didn't fit the tone.
No,
This
not at all.
movie doesn't have a
A
consistent
set tone, yeah, at all.
No. There were times when it looked like Sopranos. There were times when it looked like The Punisher, the TV show, especially in that scene where he was in jail.
Oh yeah, the kind of dim, grungy looking,
Yeah.
like
Also, you didn't have to do the lighting like that. You didn't have to do two colors, because I just remember this. When that guy was in jail, he would have a warmer color, and then the outside would have a
yeah.
colder color, and it was just like you didn't have to do that. You could just have done one, and then maybe some practice, something in the back, or not next to him. 'Cause
Oh,
that
man.
was so off.
It was a film. So I will say one thing. So there was another bad movie that came out this year. And I'm looking at it because I was just looking at horror movies that are coming out. It's called Separation. And it was worse than this. Believe it or not, it was worse than this.
Well, I guess I can see that.
Like this movie had some heart in it. I'm sure it looked like, honestly, he probably had a few of his family members that's probably working on this movie. Like it seems like it's the group of, it's like Adam Sandler working with his friends, just making money. This is just a group of friends, group of family, whatever, making movies that they love to do. Separation, dude, it's just so awful. The tone, the color grading, everything. There's a scene in that movie. It's the climax of the movie. It's probably 10, 20 minutes, and it's just all red. The entire screen. It's awful.
I will say, okay.
So go watch that if you want to see something worse.
I haven't really said the pros for my.
Go ahead, because
I will say
they're
technically
there.
Technically, the color grading was fine in this movie. It was just so inconsistent.
Yes.
With whatever was going on, and from the next scene to the other. Also, yeah, no, that's about it. That's all I got.
The color grading was okay,
Yeah.
and there was production value there.
Yeah.
But story wise, like I said, it's oversaturated. It's been done 1,000 times. It's nothing that surprised us. I even the ending, how they executed it. So spoiler alert for 6:45 if you care. The whole thing is, I guess he's essentially in a mental purgatory, and he had killed the girl he was with the entire time, and then he gets caught for it whenever he lets go of his emotions or whatever. Yeah. And that's what happens. It didn't surprise me. Honestly, it is a somewhat decent twist, but executed very poorly. But overall, it's yes, poorly written. I just think the writer, man, like the director could I'm intrigued by his other stuff. Won't watch it. I'm gonna be honest. This didn't, but the writer just, come on, man. Okay, let's wrap it up though. That's that's a 645 review. Big Feature Film Podcast. I guess this is what this is gonna be. Out of 10, win. What are you gonna say?
4.
Huh?
4.
4? Wow. I decided on a 3 because it is what it is. But hey, you know, that's still better than Tomorrow War. And
I honestly, I just want to say that this movie's probably not gonna get its money back or anything
Absolutely
like that. So
not.
I'm just gonna be nice and give it a 4.
and I'll give it a 3.
That's being nice. Out of 10, by the way, not 4 out of 5.
Yeah, out of 10. It's pretty trash. So, anyways, though, that's been our 645
Wait,
review.
entertainment value.
Oh, entertainment value. I'm gonna put it up there like a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're going in gonna take it seriously, bad idea. If you're not, good call, and just have fun. I mean,
it's a lot more fun.
this can be a movie you take on a date to laugh at or just make out in.
Sure.
Because we were alone. Just
We didn't do that though.
I'm glad you. No, I'm glad you picked up what I was putting down. I was trying to set that up. We didn't. But anyways, that's been our 645 review. I've said that about 10 times now. Let me say it 640 more.
I would definitely have sex in this movie while watching this movie.
Yeah, it's you know.
It's a lot of titties
Never
in
mind.
there, so.
Anyways, though, we've been the Continuity Crew. Like if you enjoyed, comment. If you know anything about 645, please let us know. I'm going to try and get a hold of someone about this movie, to be honest. But like I said, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank y'all for watching. I'm Will.
Aye.
That's Win. Thank y'all for watching. We love movies. We love y'all. See you on the next one. Adios. See you for Free Guy, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Free Guy.